All right. Hello, we are Internet Studios, and this is our project, Project Virtualize. My name is Dylan. I was in charge of level design during this project. Driving is Marcus. He was our lead programmer. Here we have Sophia. She was in charge of doing a lot of the prop art. And then we have Finch. He was part of doing the rigging and modeling for our characters. Something on, Jim? Okay. So, our game is a 3D first-person action slasher where you play as someone exploring an abandoned, or not an abandoned tech building, but a tech building nonetheless. And you're trying to figure out what happens in the events of this game. So when this presses play, then we'll be able to show you the exposition to what we have set up. Alright, and here we are in the game. So our game takes place in a tower that acts as a tech facility for making brain chips. And all of the people have gone missing that have been involved in the project, and you're there to figure out why. So in our game we have a lot of lighting according to what the environment stands for. So here we have an environment of blue, which is kind of our downbeat or our safe place during the game, and over here in this side room we have a sword on the table that you can interact with. So, when you inspect it, everything goes red and gets much more serious. You are now locked in this room, and the only way to go is through this elevator. So in this elevator we have our blueprint, which acts as our explaining how the controls work in the game. So your space for dashing, your left mouse for swinging the sword, and our right mouse for blocking attacks. So this is also called the brain chipper. Parents, if you ever need this, let us know, in case your kids get out of line. But this is for events in the game that you'll see in a second. When you come out of the elevator, you see that the environment is much more trashed and has a lot of things in the way. And we have something shooting at you that it doesn't look very intelligent. So how we fit the prompt into our game is these brain chips. They were supposed to make people smarter, more intelligent, work longer hours, but instead it did the exact opposite and made people idiots and more instinctive-based. So for our combat, we wanted that really quick, snappy movement with our dash to get in close and get out really fast, and as well as blocking for if you don't want to get cheap shot when an enemy is halfway across the map and it shoots you and you don't have any way to get out of it. So with our design for our levels, we wanted to not keep it in the same place at the same time. So throughout our levels we have different variations of rooms. So this one's much more spaced out, some are more caved in, and yeah. So our elevators act as our transitions between levels so we can hide the loading and the loading and deloading of our different rooms. And here we have our level 2, which you can see as there are a lot of unalived bodies on the ground, as well as some inspirational quotes on the walls from our from Internet. So these are new enemies. These ones are melee based, just to switch things up and not have those ranged attacks as much, which we'll introduce later right here. So with this, we wanted we want to bring the players' focus more in towards how do we deal with having melee enemies and ranged enemies at the same time. So combining those two in ways that, different ways throughout the level is something that was key to what we wanted to do. Again, more inspirational quotes on the wall. If we could hire children, we would. And then here we have kind of our safe place, which brings that blue back, that downbeat in our level. Then up ahead we have, again, we change the tone or bring that emotion of giving the player stress, as well as bring those colors of red and white back in. All of the employees at Internet get 15 minutes of just looking at the space, looking at the nature. You don't get nature, you get simulated nature, which is arguably a little bit better. So one of the fun things about making this project was coming up with all of these quotes that you see on the wall. We make P to look like angels. You'll get health insurance when you've earned it. Unionization is a scam created by the shadow government. And then here we have our poster in our elevator to transition into our final level. And here we bring the tone back into an eerie kind of what the heck happened here. And if you paid attention during the beginning, you figured out that these are where our experiments were housed. And they broke out and were scattered along the levels. So then ahead brings us to our climax. So there's a poster that says attack the hands. Whose hands, you might ask? Chrome Maxwell's. We'll see, this is our boss battle for our, the climax of our game. So here you have to beat these enemies first and then focus more towards the giant boss in front of you. So attacking the hands is how you win this battle, and when he brings his arms back, you are unable to, you have to kind of stand back and wait for his smash so you can have that opportunity to attack him again. And when you deal enough damage to one of the hands, it falls off. Now you have to focus on the other hand. And now, our ending cutscene of resolving resolving the story and the events of what happened in Internet. If you'd like to work for our company, Internet, we are now hiring for new test subjects, employees. But anyway, we are Internet Studios, and this is our game. Thank you.